Hi there, Fabienne. Dinner time. How do we make it cheap and chic and easy and fast and, did I say healthy?
No.
Not yet. We are doing an all veg, and we are first starting with a Ponzanella salad. So I bought all these gorgeous tomatoes that are in season right now. And a Ponzanella is basically an Italian tomato and bread salad, and I'm not really following a recipe other than one that I kind of created myself. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to follow it up with a zucchini frittata with goat cheese. So first I'm going to start with the zucchini frittata because that's going to need to go in the oven. And we had a pasta dish at lunch today, so this is more on the light side, so we can have a balance and an equilibrium so we don't put on a lot of weight during quarantine, lockdown, cocooning, confinement. I'll see you in a minute. And that is how, in just a few seconds, you can have shredded zucchini to put in your frittata.
Magic.
It's really magical. And we usually also have this as a shredded zucchini salad with vinaigrette and tart, shredded zucchini tart, just because it's literally so easy to shred, just 2 or 3 zucchinis. So I'm gonna get those in the eggs, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Okay, I ended up shredding 1 more zucchini. That took like 3 seconds. 8 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stir them with a whisk. Add a little bit of salt because zucchini is kind of bland. You can put some pepper in there. I'm gonna put some milk. Hold on a minute. You can put cream, you can put milk. I'm adding milk just to spread it out a little bit. I'm going to add some goat cheese. Now this is a French goat cheese called Rocamadour, but you don't really have to make it super fancy. You can just break it up with your fingers or a knife. I have 3 of those, but any goat cheese, really any cheese whatsoever. So I'm gonna break those up. And then we're gonna add these beautiful shreds of zucchini. By the way, what's great about this food processor is it cleans up in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail and makes it so easy. Not only is it vegetarian, it's affordable, and look, so easy. You're gonna turn this into a delicious frittata. You can add more milk if you like. I like it full of veg. I'm gonna add now the rest of the goat cheese, and this is dinner in like 5 minutes prep and about 20 minutes cooking, maybe 15 minutes. I'm gonna saute this first in a non-stick skillet, and then when the bottom is nice and seized but not brown, I'm gonna put it in the oven a little bit to get nice and crispy on top. I might add some cheese on top just because really cheese is everything. I'll show you how to do that and the tomato Ponzanella in just a moment. Butter's in the pan. Non-stick. We take this. Did I say I added a 3rd zucchini?
Yeah, you did.
And did I say I added a little bit more milk?
No.
There you go. 4. I like these silicone spatulas because they get it all in there. Kind of just do that. That's really the only job that you have. And then, just because I can't help it,
You have a reputation for putting a whole bag of cheese on everything.
well, I'm not going to put a whole bag of cheese, but
Well,
I'm going to put
a
some on
majority
the
of a bag.
top. And you think I'm creating a reputation now?
Well,
they're
it's
going to
not-
say,
it's
"Whoa,
not
it's
that
not
inaccurate."
Fabienne, there's not a bag of cheese in there." But like I said, have you tasted my zucchini frittata with the
She puts
cheese?
cheese on everything, but it doesn't exactly. We don't complain about it.
No, nobody's complaining. And like I said, this is vegetarian, so this is your protein for the day. Okay, so that is going to get a nice little sear on the bottom, and then we're going to put it in our 180 oven, which is 350 Fahrenheit, And Oliver is here to get wet. You're gonna set the table. Good job.
For awesome food.
For awesome food. Do you even know what we're having?
No.
We're having Ponzanella
Oh,
and then zucchini goat cheese frittata.
I never had that.
You've
Yes,
never had that?
did.
You've had different kind
It's
of
a tart
frittatas.
without the
Crust.
hatful.
So that's it. That's like, I'm gonna cut the tomatoes now. I'm gonna make a vinaigrette. I'm gonna grate some garlic, not too much, Oliver. And I'm going to put my bread in there that I've been, you probably
so loud, Oliver.
This is old baguette that I've allowed to sit. And I'm going to put this at the last minute, you'll see, because I don't want it to get too soggy. But I will show you all of that in just a moment. Don't go far away. Okay, so I've chopped my assorted tomatoes thick. I have a little vinaigrette here made of Dijon and apple cider vinegar with the mother and extra virgin olive oil. And Claire, we have to remember, they've been asking about the vinaigrette recipe.
Yeah.
So I have 2 vinaigrettes that I'm going to show you one day how to make, one day soon.
Yeah. This is
One that's
the
a
base.
lemon.
The basic.
This is the basic, which is the mother of all sauces. It goes on everything. You're going to make, I'm going to teach you how to make a big batch for the week or for 2 weeks, and you're going to use it incessantly. And now, I found some fresh basil in, it was starting to get a little wilty, but I'm being honest with you. I forgot that I had fresh basil in my fridge, so we're going to use it for Ponzanella, but usually I don't use any basil because we don't usually have fresh basil when we're, just kind of making the Ponzanella. So I'm peeling this. The reason I'm peeling this is not happening fast enough, but I find that Ponzanella salad, which is tomatoes and bread, and by the way, the bread is so that you can make a meal out of this. You can absolutely serve all vegetables for dinner and have people feel full if you just add a little cheese, add a little bread. It makes everything feel a little bit more substantial. So I would normally, I'm gonna add the garlic, microplane grater. You've gotta get one of these. Remember, don't grate your fingers, doesn't taste as good. And when I make a stock, I actually save this. People think I'm crazy, but I save everything. I'm gonna make a stock from this. The other half I will do as well. Shake, shake, shake. Here you go. You're gonna take your vinaigrette, go like this. I've already salted it. You're gonna stir this and then pour this in the Ponzanella. I'm gonna do the second half while you're not looking. Put the basil in here if you have it. If not, you could put fresh thyme. Just like, don't stress out. You don't need the perfect ingredients. The key is just to put something fresh and delicious on the table. We're gonna make this happen. Make this happen means I'm gonna put the vinaigrette in the tomatoes. And I like to let it sit because the salt and pepper that's in here, but especially the salt, will get all these little juicy bits inside. I can tell my son is like, I'm here, but I'm not gonna go in the kitchen because she's making a video. The salt will take the juice from the tomatoes out, and then it'll become this beautiful set of tomatoes bathing in vinaigrette, and that's what the bread pieces, the stale bread pieces, that word stale doesn't sound great, but these hardened bread pieces are gonna soak up.
They're really hard.
Yeah, they're gonna soak up, show them your nails.
Cow nails.
They're gonna soak this up and it's going to be glorious. We're not gonna do this until about 5 minutes before we sit down at the table. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, frittata is ready. Look at this gorgeousness. Let's not burn ourselves, Mama. See how it runs? And that's rather pretty.
Beautiful.
Where we fall it. Let's slide this and not make it fall. Okay, great. So this is our shredded zucchini and goat cheese frittata. Do you smell that goat cheese?
It smells good.
I think I just salivated. Here are our tomatoes, like I promised. See, the jus from the tomatoes has created extra dressing. And so now we're going to take about, I would say about a handful and a half, or should we just use the whole thing? A handful and a half. And we're gonna toss this for about 5 minutes, we're gonna let it soak. So there, because it's how do you call it, like day-old bread? We don't want to call it stale, right? Day-old bread, hardened bread. You can also just buy a baguette or Italian bread, but I'm French, so it's gonna have to be a baguette. You can put it in the oven in slices and make it get a bit hardened, and that will soak up all the vinaigrette, all the basil juices, and that's gonna be amazing. And this is basically dinner. So you start with this. This is all veg. Start with this, then move on to your frittata, and then because we're French and really every dish in the meal is a delay until you get the cheese course, even though you have cheese in this, we have our camembert, our Montbriac, and then our boursin, because the kids love it. We have some seeded baguettes, and these are 4 tomatoes,
Yeah.
4 oranges, on which I'm going to sprinkle just
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Not sugar, just cinnamon. And it elevates it just a little bit. This is crazy jazz. Crazy jazz. It elevates it just a little bit, and we have a full meal for a family of 5. This, what would you say? This is probably like under 20 euros? $20?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe under $25? And I think they're gonna love it.
Me too.
Yeah. Bon appetit.
Focus.